Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is now just 145 days away from its official release by writer and director J.J. Abrams and creator George Lucas. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, I think it's pretty safe to say that one of the big exciting aspects of Episode 9 that a lot of fans are thinking about right now is, of course, how the Jedi and the Sith lore is going to be utilized in Episode 9, as well as the new aspects of the Star Wars franchise that are going to be introduced for the very first time on the big screen, elements of the franchise that we have never seen before in a live-action Star Wars film. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this movie, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very exciting for Episode 9. Now, specifically, what's really intriguing about all of this is that a description of Rey and Kylo Ren holding hands where they are said to be shrouded in darkness, where it said that Kylo Ren is using a new force power that is said to be the ability of flow walking, which allows one to see certain events of the past as well as the future. It's described that one of the sequences that Rey and Kylo Ren go through is described to be a glimpse of a confrontation between both Palpatine and Snoke. It's said to be a force duel between both Snoke and the Sith Wraith of Sidious, where Snoke is using a force push-like gesture against the spirit of Sidious. However, it said that Snoke is wearing a dark purple and black outfit while wearing a strange mask, where he is trying to attack the Palpatine spirit using Force lightning. The scene is described to be very brief between both Rey and Kylo Ren, witnessing a certain moment from the past that takes place sometime after Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. The sequence is said to involve Palpatine's spirit attacking Snoke for an unknown reason, where Palpatine's spirit is dubbed as a Sith Wraith at one point, swirling around Snoke's body. So let's go over a couple of parts about this and why I really do believe that this is the biggest hint and/or indicator of that Snoke was Sidious all along during the events of The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi. So let's go over the ability of flow walking. Now, a lot of people out there are having a lot of mixed reactions on flow walking being established in the current canon material by Disney, Lucasfilm, etc. Now, in the EU, the Legends version of course, Ben Solo, known as Jason Solo, was able to use the ability of flow walking as well. However, the Disney version, not only is he able to see the past, but also elements of the future. So in this particular scenario, Kylo Ren is actually linked with Rey during their Force Bond sequence, where Kylo is able to initiate the power of flow walking during, of course, the second act of Episode 9, where both Rey and Kylo Ren witness a certain moment from the past, well after the events of Return of the Jedi, where a masked version of Snoke is actually fighting the Sith Wraith of course, Darth Sidious. Now, in case you guys did not know, Palpatine's return in this movie is going to be in the form of a spirit that takes over the body of the Dark Acolyte at one point in time. From what it sounds like in this particular moment is that it's setting up or giving us a piece of foreshadowing of exactly how Palpatine was able to live on for many years on end after the events of Episode 6 in different bodies. Now, to me, this Force duel between both Snoke and Palpatine, where Snoke is actually said to briefly use a Force lightning strike at the spirit of Sidious, where the spirit eventually swirls around Snoke like a tornado of some kind, before the ultimate vision vanishes into thin air, where Rey and Kylo Ren begin to witness other elements of the past. So, what I like so much about this is that this is giving us a big hint of that connection between both Snoke and Palpatine. I don't know if you guys read the books, but in the books, such as Aftermath and Empire's End, etc., Palpatine had a great interest in Snoke. He felt his dark side energy from the unknown regions and really wanted to find out exactly who he really was. So, sometime after the events of course, Palpatine's death, from what it seems, in this particular scenario, it's setting up exactly what Palpatine was trying to do with Snoke. And from what it really seems here, is that Palpatine was actually trying to take over Snoke's body. Now, in case you guys did not know this, flow walking is said to be a major ability that was actually first discovered by the first Skywalker, as we went over a couple of days ago. And I wouldn't be too surprised if the first Skywalker actually called the actual I guess you could say, ability, skywalking. Because as of right now, we don't know what the real name of this new power is going to be, other than it is Disney and Lucasfilm's version of flow walking. We're not quite sure what it's actually going to be called. So I wouldn't be too surprised if it's going to be called, skywalking at some point in time in episode 9 without a doubt. So, what I like so much about Snoke is that he's a very mysterious character in The Last Jedi and The Force Awakens. There's a lot of mystery behind him. We know little to nothing about that character, and I think that was one of the big problems of Episode 8, is that we didn't get to learn a little bit more about a character that was able to rise to power so quickly. And I think that what they're trying to do in Episode 9 is they're trying to answer all of this connection between both Snoke and Palpatine from what it seems here. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Night to moon, we hear them moans again.